Hello, ReefDVMs coming at you here with a project that we started actually last year, or should I say many years ago, which was our creek bridge. This is it in 2008. This is a waterlogged bog that had literally a truss going across it that you could walk across in 2008. On the farm, that really wasn't going to work. So back in about the end of 2008, I decided to build a wooden bridge with my brother. As you can see me standing on it here, and that was the original plan. That wooden bridge lasted about 5 years and then decided to rot away. So our next step was, at least at this point in time, we decided to go out and get ourselves about 80 feet of dock and put the two pieces of dock together side by side. Now this is a used Newman dock, which is really a pretty strong dock. It's all steel frame dock. It has posts about, I think it's every 8 feet or something like that. I know they're a little high right now, but we took our tractor and dragged both pieces of the dock down to the creek, and in this part of it I'm basically just trying to bolt them together. Once we got that taken care of, then basically what we did is we put the feet in, and as you can see, it's fall now. It's fall of 2012, and kind of had to bang right through the ice pack because there's a lot of pack on the creek right now. But once I got enough power and got the setting right, I was able to just kind of punch through it. Obviously, the ground underneath is still nice and easy to bang into, so we were able to set this in the fall of 2012. Like I said, it's kind of been a whole project throughout the year. I took a fence post driver and I basically drove the posts into the ground about 3-4 feet, and once I had them driven into the ground, then basically we let everything settle over the springtime and winter months. Once we had it all settled, in the spring I came back and I drove them down some more just to make sure they were really solid and level up the bridge. Then came the fun part over the winter. These are the old cedar inserts that were on the original dock, and I decided to save them, fix them up, re-nail them, re-screw them, and then stain them. And in my case, I wasn't going to go with cedar color. I decided to just go black because the black sun will help keep the snow off it during the winter months. So I spent from about December to about March staining each one of these with a black dark stain and repairing each one of the inserts. And then, of course, as I did them, we took them out to the bridge. So at this point here, I'll just kind of show you I have one in place. The very first one I did, again, it's about November in this shot. And then as I got them in place, I kept bringing them out and putting them on the bridge. Again, remember, this is 2 Newman docks. Each dock is 4 feet wide, and each dock is about 40 feet long. It's really a nice dock. As you can see during the winter months here by these still pics, we just kept adding pieces to it and finishing it out. Again, good winter project for us here on the farm. The bridge really did well throughout the winter. It didn't heave, didn't move whatsoever. It looks at this point to be a very strong bridge, so we're very pleased. Then here, as spring comes, we move on with other things. One of the things we wanted to do in the spring was get the ramps built. So we took 4x4s, and all out of green, and then laid those out first and put them on a great big railroad tie and measured it up to the edge that we wanted. And then we took basically 2x10s, green, and screwed them down onto the 4x4s and then leveled the ground up. This will give us the ramp on the incoming side. Now I know there's a little lip there, but we'll dig that into the ground. It just takes time. Then of course we wanted to cross the bridge, and we took one of our heavier vehicles. We took the 855D John Deere Gator, weighing probably around 15 to 1,700 pounds, depending upon how many people are in it. And we did a test drive right across this beast. And believe it or not, 2 docks side by side, bolted together, with the outside legs in place, with the exception of the middle one there is in place, just cut short. Did a great job of holding up the Gator. It's amazing how much they can hold up. Now I know that the stain is flaked and peeled a little bit after the winter. We're going to redo that here after the trials, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But again, I wanted to get that first coat on before I brought those boards out from the garage. So again, those boards then wintered and flaked a little bit. Not a big deal. We'll put a whole other coat of solid colored black stain on. So here's the Gator coming back across it. Again, have ramps now on both ends. The bridge seems strong. It's holding up well. This is exactly what we wanted to cross this creek. Used dock like this, we paid a couple $1,000. time we got done with the lumber and the ramps and of course all the pipes and poles. So now the next step is to take a good stain now and stain over the top of it. We choose to use a solid colored stain. Probably the toughest part about this was just trying not to, drip into the creek and get it on the metal. But, it's something that we wanted to do. So after we got done running around and doing all our trials with the gator on it, I basically took the stain with a roller and a brush, rollered the top and brushed all the little seams inside, and I made the whole bridge look really, really nice. And I'll show you some pictures of that in a minute. But before we get done here with the gator, I'll show you a picture here of the gator on it. There's very little flex on this bridge. It's amazing how strong it actually is. I'm really impressed. My girl's there in the background playing while we do the trials, but it holds it up great. Here's a shot of the stain we used. We used the Ultra Advanced. This one came from Menards. It's an 8-year solid color stain, and we had it made black. Here's a picture of it when we're done, folks. This is kind of a fun project for us. I know it took us a year. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like our video or subscribe, and we'll keep putting out great farm videos like this. But for now, the creek bridge is in, the gator can go across it, and we're all happy. Thanks, folks.